Huh? Santa gave you nothing for Christmas? I'm really sorry to hear that. That's kind of sad. I mean, sure you were good? I mean, you know. Oh, hello! You're back! And I know what you're thinking. You didn't expect us to do any more episodes. Well, neither did I. But here we are. Okay, guys, welcome back to the 10th episode of this year's Shakakapow Christmas calendar. I'm doing comic books. All right. Glad you could join me. I have something cool for you guys today. And so last year we did this really cool Wolverine comic book where Wolverine is just this weird character just popping up in his own comic book. He's like the guest star, while the comic is more about these two FBI agents trying to solve a murder. So he's just involved in that case. So I try always to find something interesting and something a little bit different for the comic book reviews, and this brings me to today's comic book. So today we are gonna take a look at Punisher, the Platoon. And the reason I really wanted to show you guys this comic book is that this is a comic book. Well, it's more of a Frank Castle comic book than a Punisher comic book. This is a comic book about this journalist guy, writer, who talks to members of Frank Castle's platoon about their first tour and when Frank Castle was just first assigned to this platoon in Vietnam. So we get to hear the story from the different people that served with him and who knew Frank Castle. So this is really cool because, again, it's the story is told from a different perspective, and Frank Castle is just there in the story. Also, other reasons why I really wanted to do this is because, of course, this comic book is written by Garth Ennis. Which brings me, let's just go over the usual stuff. So, the comic book writer is Garth Ennis, the best Punisher writer of all time, in my opinion. And we also have Goran Parlov as the artist. And this is a Marvel comic book, but this is a comic book set in the Marvel Max universe. And the Max universe, I spoke about this last year. The Max universe is not the regular superhero universe. It's a very violent and mature, dark, gritty universe where you don't have all the superhero stuff and supernatural stuff going on. It's very toned down and it's very violent. So this is a perfect story put in the Marvel Max universe, and a continuation of the Punisher Max by Garth Ennis. I love the Punisher Max run, and it was nice to see some more stuff in there. So something else really cool about this, as I said, this is a Frank Castle comic book. It's more than a Punisher comic book. So you're expecting like this really gung-ho, action-packed comic. This is not that. This is a very well-written war drama. And it's, as I said, you get to hear the story from the guys who served with Frank Castle, and it also shows a lot of interesting stuff about how bad the situation was. And Frank Castle is just a decent guy, is stuck in a bad situation, trying to look out for the guys he's serving with, and he's not a crazy killer maniac. We also get to see him be a different kind of person, and we also meet characters on both sides. So it's a very well written story. Garth Ennis once again proves how excellent he is as a writer. We did another Garth Ennis comic book here this year, 303. So if you like that one and you want some more good war stories, because Garth Ennis is very known for like Punisher, for The Boys, Preacher, but he's also a very well writer on the war stories that he does. So yeah, if you like 303, you should definitely check this one out. This is a really good comic book. Not your regular Punisher comic book. Absolutely unique and worth reading. Okay, guys. Before we go, if you haven't read the Punisher Max, regular Punisher Max done by Garth Ennis, you should check that out. And if you have read those, or if you want something else than the Punisher Max, you want some old school Punisher, I would absolutely recommend this one, or like all the Punisher stuff by Carl Potts and Jim Lee. This is more action-packed. This is more like the old school Punisher, but it's very well written. Here you even have Wolverine showing up. So this is also really good. I love the Punisher. He's one of my favorite comic book characters. People often compare him to Batman, but like to me, Punisher is my favorite because like he kills people. You know, that's kind of cool, and he's very violent. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, you take care and enjoy the Space Wheel, Space Christmas, Space Intergalactic. Intergalactic Space Wheel Christmas. All right. Ooh, donuts. Oh. Thanks for dropping by. I'll see you again next time, if there even is a such thing.